Okay, welcome back.
My
Thanks, Mike.
apologies. Through the reeve to all of council, I have revised the bylaw to address the $490,000 that was added in the budget. Are we going to put it on the overhead for them to see? The revised one with the amendments. So the amended bylaw that will show up, I have striked through the original bylaw and I put the amendments in red. And just for all of council, so they are aware that because we have the issue with Ward 6 North where the majority of that municipal revenue goes to the other three municipalities, in order to meet the additional obligation through the budget of $490,000, we actually have to collect a total of $667,000 in municipal, but the difference between the 4 and the 6 is collected in Ward 6 North and distributed to the other municipalities. Oh, she's going to scan it? Okay. So as you can see on the lower right over here, just what's on the screen right now, you see that the new red is $102,865,960 from the $102,100 and what's that number again? I can't see it through the difference is that 600,000 for the 102,198,001. So that difference is the 600,000. So now I am looking for a second reading. Is that? Sorry? Oh, sorry. Or 600,000? Yeah, if we could scroll now through the rest to walk through the rest of it, and then I'll come back to yours. This page is not amended in this section, as this is all reflecting only the assessments. Okay, if we can scroll down, please. Great, thank you. Oh, right there at the bottom of page 2, that is all of the revisions to what our municipal revenues will be, along with the new tax rate. So we aren't at 2.9, 2.86875. For residential, non-residential 14.34375. The small business is 10.04063. The non-resident, or sorry, then the non-residential vacant Ward 6 North is 10.04063. The small business is 11.47500. The non-residential in the MD 14.34375, non-residential Ward 6 North 10.04063, and the machinery and equipment within the municipality 14.34375, and then at the top of the next page, machinery and equipment in Ward 6 North is 10.0406304063, which brings us a new total municipal that we're collecting is $85,318,907. And if we scroll right to the bottom then, scroll up a little bit, thank you, right there. The final total of all revenues collected through taxation, which includes requisitions, is $102,865,960. So if we scroll now right to the bottom, there should not be any more revisions on the original bylaw that came before council.
Mr.
Yes.
Just a quick one. I thought we couldn't adjust the non-res north number, but you did.
Through the chair, through the reeve to all of council, the non-residential Ward 6 North rates have to be 70% of whatever the non-residential MD rates are. So as the non-residential MD rates are moved, then the non-residential Ward 6 North rates are also adjusted to reflect 70% of the MD rate. And then all of those revenues collected in the rural or in Ward 6 North goes through that calculation of we keep 3% plus 2.2 million. The remainder is divided amongst the 3 municipalities.
Yes, Councillor Craig.
Yeah, thank you for doing the work adjusting those numbers, and I'll make a motion to do second reading.
Oh, thank you. Through the reeve to all of council, the reason for the 600 is the amount of municipal revenue that we collect in total. That the majority of Ward 6 North goes to the other municipalities. But it's, so as we increase the tax rate for the non-residential, we know that there's going to be more paid out to the City of Cold Lake, Town of Bonnyville, and the Village of Glendon. And that additional amount that will be paid out because the tax rates increases the difference between 490 and the 6-something.
Okay, any discussion on this motion, gentlemen? Okay, seeing none, I'll call for the vote. Okay, carried. I need a motion, someone to motion. Yes. Okay, thank you, Councillor Kraviak. On behalf of council, that council proceeds to third and final reading for bylaw number 1844. I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. Looking for third reading.
For third reading.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Slipchuk, for making a motion on behalf of council for that bylaw number 1844 be given third reading. Any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you.
Thank you, council.
Thank you, Mr. Viswalko, for all your hard work. Appreciate that.
You're
On such short notice.
The next one for us to address with council is the bylaw 1845, amending the local improvement tax bylaw.
1845, there we go.
Whereas bylaw number 1253 imposes a local improvement tax for existing properties subject to the connection to the hamlets of Ardmore and Fort Kent water systems, bylaw 1708 defines the tax amount and properties subject to the local improvement tax. And section 2041 of the Municipal Government Act identifies that a council must revise the bylaw where an existing property subject to the local improvement has been subdivided or consolidated. The following properties were consolidated as follows. Plan 2107EO, Block 2, Lot 4, roll number 6105251021, consolidated with Lot 3, which was roll 6105251020, and Plan 99HW, Block 2, Lot 15, roll number 6204012022, consolidated with Lot 14, roll 6204012021. The new municipal improvement levy for 2023 will be $274.48. The 2022 local improvement levy was $273.61. Attached for council's review is Appendix A, Bylaw 1845, amending the local improvement bylaw. The reference to legislation is Municipal Government Act, Section 402. Communication strategies, properties subject to the local improvement levy will receive notice of new levy in their 2023 tax and assessment tax notice, and will provide information through the municipality's social media and website. Recommendation is that bylaw 1845, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville number 87, to amend bylaw 1708, replacing Schedule A, be given first reading. That bylaw 1845 be given second reading. The council proceeds third and final reading for bylaw 1845, and bylaw number 1845 be given third reading. Council options: that bylaw number 1845, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville number 87, to amend bylaw number 1708, replacing Schedule A, be given first reading, carried. Bylaw will proceed to second reading. 2, that bylaw number 1845, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville number 87, to amend bylaw number 1708, replacing Schedule A, be given first reading, defeated. Bylaw not will proceed to second reading. 3, that bylaw number 1845, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville, to amend bylaw number 1708, replacing Schedule A, be amended by and be given first reading. That bylaw number 1845, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville number 87, to amend bylaw number 1708, replacing Schedule A, be tabled for additional information. And the attached schedule just breaks down for the individual properties the specific levy. On the schedule, you will see that some are marked with prepaid, and that is because those property owners prior to this year had prepaid all of the remaining payments in principal all up, so they're not subject to this bylaw or to this levy, but they're still noted in the schedule.
Okay, thank you. Looking for a motion, gentlemen?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to go to first reading.
All right, thank you, Councillor Swager, for making a motion on behalf of council to go to first reading, the bylaw number 1845 being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville, number 87, to amend bylaw number 1708, replacing Schedule A, to be given first reading. Any discussion on this, gentlemen? Yes,
Yeah,
go
Mr.
ahead,
Reid,
Councillor.
My discussion is that we shouldn't be rushed through to do 3 readings at a meeting. I know it's a simple one, but I just appreciate if we're not kind of forced to do that, and that's kind of looks like what you want for this one too.
Fair enough.
Anyway, go ahead.
Any other discussion? Do we need these done, all 3 today?
Through the chair, yes.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, seeing none, I'll call for the vote. Carried. Looking for second reading.
I'll make a motion for second reading.
Thank you, Councillor Slipchuk, for making a motion. On behalf of council, the bylaw number 1845 be given second reading. Any discussion on this, gentlemen? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. Carried, thank you. Looking to proceed to third reading.
Yeah.
Councillor, thank you, Councillor Crick making a motion on behalf of council that council proceeds to third and final reading for bylaw number 1845. I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. I'm looking for another motion for third reading.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Scarson, for making a motion on behalf of council. The bylaw number, excuse me, 1845 be given third reading. Any discussion on this, gentlemen? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. 1846, 9.48.
This
No.
is bylaw 1846, unpaid tax penalty bylaw.
Okay. What did I say?
Attached for council's review is bylaw 1846, to impose penalties on unpaid taxes with proposed changes to amend the date of levying penalties on unpaid taxes from October 16th to September 16th for the current year. Bylaw number 1846 will repeal the current penalties on unpaid tax bylaw, bylaw number 1746. Bylaw number 1846 is attached as Appendix A, and bylaw 1746 is attached as Appendix B. The penalty dates, the penalty dates form part of the property assessment and tax notice. On May 6, 2020, Council approved bylaw 1746, penalties on unpaid taxes bylaw, which included a change to the penalty date from September 16th to October 16th to comply with COVID-19 relief efforts made by the province for the deferral of 50% of the non-residential portion of education property tax for a six-month period ending October 1st, 2020. As the province has not announced the same relief efforts for the 2023 tax year, administration is recommending that the penalty date be reverted back to September 16th to remain consistent with penalty dates of years prior to the 2020 provincial COVID relief efforts. Reference to legislation, Municipal Government Act, Section 344 and 345. Communication strategy, property owners will receive notice of the September 16th penalty date in their 2023 property assessment and tax notice. We'll also provide notice through municipalities' social media and website. Recommended action, the bylaw number 1846, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville number 87, to impose penalties on unpaid taxes, be given first reading. That bylaw number 1846 be given second reading. The council proceed to third and final reading for bylaw number 1846, and that bylaw 1846 be given third reading. Council options. The bylaw number 1846, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville number 87, to impose penalties on unpaid taxes, be given first reading, carried. Bylaw will proceed to second reading. 2, that bylaw number 1846, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville number 87, to impose penalties on unpaid taxes, be given first reading, defeated. Bylaw will not proceed to second reading. 3, the bylaw number 1846, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville number 87, to impose penalties on unpaid taxes, be amended by and given first reading. 4, that bylaw number 1846, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville number 87, to impose penalties on unpaid taxes, be tabled for additional information. So the request is just to consider moving the penalty date back to the pre-COVID relief mandate that the province had set up.
Okay. Thank you. Looking for a motion? Yeah?
I'll make the motion.
All right, thank you, Councillor Crick, for making a motion on behalf of council. The bylaw number 1846 being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonnyville number 87 to impose penalties on unpaid taxes be given first reading. Any discussion, gentlemen, on this motion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. Looking for second reading.
I'll make
Just
a
got
motion for
question.
second
So are you
reading.
going to be putting like a big notice in with them, the taxes saying, listen, we're changing it back to the way it was, or?
Through the Reeve to all of council, we're going to focus on the media, social media, as well as the website. Many of our property owners, they're still paying close and around the 15th. Our big property taxpayers, which would be the oil companies and that, we will make sure that we touch base with them directly because their penalty levies are quite considerable, and I would assume that they would probably want to put a request to council for consideration of.
Have you told them already? Like, I just wonder if they have budgets in there, like they forecasting to pay these bills in December or November instead, like?
In past discussions with those companies, whether it's the 15th of September or the, 15th of September, 15th October, really wasn't that much of an issue. Their big thing was, were they getting penalties or not? That was the big thing. That would be the thing that's unbudgeted. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Subject, for making a motion on behalf of council that bylaw number 1846 be given second reading. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. Okay, thank you. Carried. Looking for someone to proceed to third. Thank you, Councillor Scarson, for making a motion that council proceeds to third and final reading for bylaw number 1846. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. Looking for third reading. Thank you, Deputy Reeve Fidea, for making the motion on behalf of council that bylaw number 1846 be given third reading. Any discussion on this motion, gentlemen? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you once again, Mr. Viswalco.
Oh, you're welcome.
9.7.1, is that correct? Is that where we're going?
Yes, Mr. Eve,
Okay.
thank you very much. 9.7 regarding council invitations. So 9.7.1 is the Cold Lake Museum Society VIP Night Museums opening on May 17, 23. There is a letter in your package. It is the VIP event invitation. The event starts, it's from 6 till 8 p.m. on the evening of the 17th. They would just like us to RSVP by tomorrow, who would be planning on attending.
I'll be out of town.
I can't make it that evening, so.
Anyone else would like to attend this, or are you guys checking your schedules? You're going then? Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I think I can go to that, Mr. Reed.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Swigert. Okay, we don't need a motion on that or anything, just
No,
for
we'll
information.
we'll make a note and we'll RSVP that Councillor Swigert will be attending. 9.7.2, École Notre Dame High School graduation ceremony on May the 27th. We're all gone?
Hopefully.
That is correct, yep. Bonneville Centralized High School graduation ceremony, June 24th. June 24th?
Oh no, June 21st, sorry.
Okay. I can attend unless it interferes with the Coal Lake. I have one at Coal Lake. I'm not sure what the date is on that, Robin. 18th, well, I'll attend that one at BCHS then.
Then the other one, which was on the 24th as well, and I already spoke to Counselor Kriviak,
He's good
was
to
the
go.
Glendon High School would like the counselor to attend, and that is June 24th at 1 PM.
Okay, thank you. On to 9.7.4.
Bonneville and District Oil and Gas Show opening ceremonies. There is a letter from the Chamber, which is on June 20th of 2023.
Here she is.
Don't have
And
to keep in my teeth.
It was specifically requested for the Reeve to attend
Okay.
the Oil and Gas Show.
Well, I'd say right now that, the Pathways president will be there as well, you know, it'd be a good opportunity to get some FaceTime for sure, right?
Okay.
So at this time, we also wanted to bring forward, as per Councillor Scarson's request, to revisit our sponsorship, or the sponsorship request that was made by the Bonneville and District Chamber of Commerce back on February 14th during their delegation presentation. As a reminder, on March 28th, Council made the motion to for administration to direct the Chamber to go through existing sponsorship programs and to apply through that for support. There was a number of programs, and events, this was one of them. But their original ask was for the MD to become a registration level sponsor in conjunction with the town of Bonneville, which would total a $20,000 valued sponsorship, with the town contributing $10,000 and the MD contributing $10,000. Should council choose to change their minds and sponsor this event, because it is outside of policy, it would come from council's donations, which, following our Rib Zone, or Rib Fest Kids Zone sponsorship, our balance is at $16,000.
Well, I'll just say that, I think it's important that we do sponsor this. I know that, I sit on the, committee here that's bringing this event into town, and I can tell you right now that like every major oil field company in the MD is going to be there and send representatives there, as well as the Pathways. And I think if we didn't have some sort of presence, wouldn't be a very good look at all. So I'll make the motion that we do sponsor the $10,000 in conjunction with the town there for the, what'd you say it was, the opening ceremonies, or?
It was the registration level sponsorship.
Yeah, so.
Had we previously made a decision on this? Like you said, if council changes their mind?
Through the Reeve, yes. The motion made following the deliberations of council was for administration to direct the chamber to apply through our current sponsorship programs, aka the Community Action Grant,
Yeah.
or the donations and sponsorship policy.
And is that what this is, or did they do that?
No, they have not submitted an application.
Okay, then I
Just
don't-
because they did they did do the presentation here, and I think they were under the impression something different. And so I said, this one here, they didn't have enough time to submit and have it because it's already coming up here. So I said I would bring it back to council to consider outright, and then if they wanted to do the other ones, I think there was the tree and then whatever the other one was there, then they can go through the donations policy or whatever to get that. But this one was a little more time sensitive, I think, so.
I did, through the Reeve, I did get confirmation from Ledge Services that the Chamber had originally submitted a delegation presentation with this request on November 23rd, 2022. They then asked for rescheduling, which was rescheduled to January. They asked for that to be rescheduled, which was pushed to the February 14th date.
Okay, I forgot if we even had a motion already, or what do we have?
You do have a motion.
Darcy's made it.
Okay, did I read it yet? Because
No.
I don't have it on the screen here. It's the Chamber's putting on this, correct?
Yeah, I can tell you right now that they, like I said, they've got commitments from Esso and Strathcona and Synovus, CNRL, Atex, all sending reps to, and they've got this other thing that they're doing, this kind of like this speed dating thing, but companies can book time with different, like service companies can book time with different oil field representatives as well, and they do like you can get like a 15-minute window to, you know,
Pitch.
sit and to do your pitch, and then they rotate you and this and that, so we got some pretty neat ideas, and then, like I said, Pathways is the, they're like the keynote speakers, so they're putting on a big talk, I think the first night as well. And, so lots of good things happening, and it sounds like it's, the booths are filling up pretty good as well, so it's gonna be a pretty good event.
Okay,
Through the Reeve, just
Yes.
an item of note, if council does choose to do the registration level sponsorship, it does include 10 tickets to the opening ceremonies. So there wouldn't be the necessary cost associated with the tickets.
just waiting for the motion to get written. It's not frozen?
And Mr. Reeve, I would add that Pathways, we have a commitment from Pathways to have a private meeting with the president when they come in June.
I understand.
So if this 10 goes forward, they can get their other ask that they asked earlier for? Through
Who?
grants? They asked for more money to this initially.
They haven't, I don't think they've submitted anything else yet, right?
Uh,
Well, the one was the level up, which is over, and then the other one was they're doing some sponsorship tree thing display that,
Through the Reeve, there is a sponsorship tree they requested. They requested for Level Up, which is passed, and the oil and gas show, there was also, they wanted council to approve the Community Association operating grant for $15,000 without going through the process. And that's it.
I might add too that the oil show is every other year, so it's, you know, it's not something we do every year. It's every other year. Well, mind you. we
Hasn't
didn't have
been for a
one-
while.
Yeah, it hasn't had one in a little while with the COVID and all that, but
So the total initial ask was 47.5, wasn't it? Or 45?
Through the Reeve, the initial ask was $42,500. They still may receive the Community Association operating grant. That grant is $15,000 would be their application. However, they would be subject to meeting the requirements of the grant policy.
So, can I ask,
Yes, Councillor Scarson, you have something to add?
I just want to ask a question if I can. Can I ask
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Through the Reeve to Councillor Scarson, and I guess all the council for that matter, but I see that this shows an important thing in the community, but I'm not seeing the importance of us funding it, I guess, to the tune of $10,000. I think the oil companies are they're gonna show up and put the show on anyways. I'm not sure why it requires us to fund it to $10,000.
Okay. I'm going to read this out. Thank you, Councillor Scarson, for making a motion on behalf of council that council approves the request by the Bonneville and District Chamber of Commerce for sponsorship support of their 2023 Bonneville and District Oil and Gas Show in the amount of $10K as a registration level sponsor to be funded from council's grants and individual and non-government organization budget. Any discussion on this motion?
I just want to add, like, we got a lot of oil field service companies in the MD, and I believe it just shows that we are supporting them and helping them to go forward. Like Councillor Scarson said, that they're arranging one-on-one meetings, so that's a benefit. We haven't had one for a few years, so.
I think that, you know, these are companies that give us tens of millions of dollars every year, and, you know, we gotta, even take the chamber right up, but you gotta show these companies that we support them, and, you know, that's,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Any other discussion? Okay, I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you.
Correspondence? Mr. Hogan?
Thank you, Mr. Members of Council. The only thing, in the interest of time, I'll point out for correspondence is we have 2 invitations to attend 2 golf tournaments, the Ronald McDonald House Charity Golf Tournament and the RMA 2023 Golf Tournament. Severin, do you have the dates on those? Dates and locations?
Saturday, June 17th.
The Ronald McDonald one is where, here in Cold Lake or Bonneville, somewhere here in our area?
Cold Lake,
Cold
Saturday,
Lake,
June
I-
17th.
I think we should attend that. Well, we should have enough people to attend that.
Yeah.
That's a very important one to attend.
I'll do that one.
And Mr. We
We
can
had-
just let them know that a foursome will attend and we can figure out.
We had 2 foursomes
We had
last year.
2
didn't-
foursomes
yeah.
last year, so
Okay, we can just say that we're going to attend and you guys can pick the number.
okay, thank you.
Okay, so the other one that's, the other one's a little further away usually.
Okay, so we will need a motion.
We would need a motion for each tournament just to confirm registration because there's costs associated, so we need you to approve the cost.
Okay, where's the RMA one? 10.10? But there's no, yeah, there is. It says here, June 14th, Coal Creek, Coal Creek. Is that where Alan got married? No. We went? Is that the one we went? Toefield? Is that the Toefield Ig trip? Yeah. Same place as last year then? Okay, do we want to send a team there?
I'd say you should.
Okay, let's send a team there. We'll figure out the details later.
Okay, so just a motion, I would suggest that the Ronald McDonald,
2 motions? 2 sets and 1 set in RMA?
One set to RMA.
Okay, so we need a motion for the Ronald McDonald in our own area here?
For Ronald McDonald, can you fill 2 spots? Can you fill 2 teams?
8
We
players?
did last year.
I think quite easy for Ronald McDonald.
Okay.
Everybody wants to go to that one. That's pretty important.
I think Mr. Dunenko needs another golf lesson.
I'll make that motion for.
Yeah, that was funny that time. Bet.
I'll make the motion for Ronald McDonald House Golf
Okay.
Tournament.
buying or selling? That's the thing, antique world, I think you buy a lot, and then in a few years you start selling majority, eh?
Somebody sit on.
Too long.
She said some of the furniture she bought for 2 years.
That's a long time.
That's why I don't think it's good to go for the
Yeah. I see when I go to, what's her name's? Same furniture's there, and they just rotate it around, it just never moves. Yeah. Do you ever come into those, if you ever find one of those, like a little display that's glass and has wood around it, just like a display? It's just like this big. It has glass all the way around on top. It's like for putting something special and you just display it. You do? What are they called? What are they called?
This one was
You'll have to take a picture and show me. Take me a picture and show me. Oh, it's that big? Is there, you have two different sets or are they the same?
two different sets.
Okay. Are we having fun yet? Are you? What's that old song we used to sing? Are you sitting comfortably? Right? It's not dark out there yet, Donnie. All right, here we go. Moved by Councillor Slipchick that council approves registering 2 teams for the Ronald McDonald House Charities Alberta 2023 Charity Golf Classic to be held on June 17, 2023 in the amount of $1,200 to be funded from the 2023 operating budget, and furthermore that council approves registration 1 team for the Canoe Procurement Group of Canada Canoe and Rural Municipalities of Alberta 2023 Charity Golf Club Tournament to be held on June 14, 2023 in the amount of $500 to be funded from the 2023 operating budget. Any discussion on this, gentlemen? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. Looking for a motion to move correspondence and information. Thank you, Councillor Scarson, for making a motion on behalf of council. That council accepts the following correspondence as information, 1 through 15. Any discussion on this motion, gentlemen? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote when it comes up. There it is. I think we could probably skip reports from members of council and add it to your next one.
Already did mine.
Yeah, I know you did yours. It's the same as last time. So I need a motion to go into closed session, please, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Kraviak. We're now going into closed session. I guess we got to call for the vote on that. Call for the vote. Apologize for that, gentlemen. Ought to stick it with us all day. Wow. Thank you. That's a long day. Okay, I'll call for the vote.